Oh, hello there, Site 42 staff, as well as those of you from the greater SCP Foundation community. And welcome to another Fanart Friday, a subsidiary of the anomalous broadcast from Site 42. As always, I am Dr. Theron Sherman, and as I have done daily for the last 7.5 months and counting, the daily streak remains strong. I'm here to open my office doors to you, the Foundation staff, to answer your questions about the inner workings of the SCP Foundation. So whether you have questions about the anomalies we contain, the staff that contain them, the groups of interest who are a little salty about the containment thing now and again, you know, they're fine. And of course, hypothetical containment procedures about anomalies that fall outside of the SCP Foundation's purview. Perhaps they're from a different, I don't know, multiverse or pataphysical narrative level, i.e. fandom. We are here for some fan art and then Q&A for the next 30 minutes. I, unfortunately, am a little late today. I'll have you know, spending all that time in Jesus Land took a long time to shower off the stench. And I haven't quite succeeded yet. I am trapped in this office with me. No one else is hanging out around me for good reasons. Oh, and one more piece of tripe. When I got back and I reported on, oh my gosh, Overseers, you're not going to believe this. There's a new group of interest. The Sons of the Swallowed, a cult of worshippers of SCP-5991, codenamed Vorjesus. They're inside the Jesus Land theme park, bringing recruits, rebuilding it. This is crazy. We need to do something about this. You know who got the credit? Desk, for sending me there, got credit for the discovery. Bastard. So, allow me to do a little bit of housekeeping. Then, we will talk about the fan art. And whatever time I have left, we will do some Q&A before I go try and shower this stench off again. Both the stench of the stomach acid floating theme park, as well as the stench of failure and being passed over by my superiors again. But first and foremost, Intern Sento. Congratulations on being our #1 most punctual Containment Hazard Assessment Team member. Congratulations on being the first chatter. Meanwhile, Dr. Frogman, Carlton McCullough, America, Cyrus, Senior Researcher Alex, Black Phoenix, XL Official, Dr. Puppeteer, Nikki Knackle, GG, Silent Follower, Dr. Golden, Star the Comet, Titanborn, Aoki, Chegnonymous, everyone who I have just named, thank you for being here punctually right at the start of stream, and thank you for being members of Site 42. We appreciate your membership and your service, especially the help you are giving to bring us to victory in the battle against the White Names. Alongside you all, The Man in SCP-5000, Bored as Hell, Colin Guevara, Ash, and Asmara Khan. Welcome to today's stream. Thank you for being punctual, and thank you for being here just for being you. Now, diving into the fan art very quickly, because we do not have that much time. First of all, Nikki Knackle, you have made a bad error, which is not attaching your art to your email. So, I apologize, but you will have to wait till next Fan Art Friday. Remember to attach the art to your email. Secondarily, Dr. Puppeteer and Dominic, be aware of one of the rules of Site 42 Fan Art Friday. It can't just be your own OC. It needs to be something of fan art of the SCP community and or specifically Site 42. So just sending your OC is not enough. Dr. Puppeteer, that's where you messed up a little bit. Let's try that again. Secondarily, Dominic, you basically sent the exact same art with different text. So you can't send the same thing again and again. So you got to change it up. Other than that, I'll start with what one could feasibly call an animation. Who sent this to me? Who did this? Rar Caution. Rar Caution. You sent me an animation, but it's 3 seconds of title card and 1 second of barely anything happening. So, why say animation in quotation marks here? I'm just saying. Appreciate your Rar X Caution, but well, I'll show you what we got. We got title screen, and then there's some doctors, and they even instantly disappear. Can I see them? Can I see them for a moment to admire the art? No, this computer/animation doesn't really work. I hope you enjoyed this animation from Rar Caution. That's about the best I can do. The tech is not working any better. Yeah, it's a GIF, I guess. But it's a GIF that's not enough of the actual movement. Let's switch that around next time. Intern Paper, welcome to Site 42 staff. Thank you for subscribing. All right. Without further ado, let me jump into the rest of the fan art. So first of all, Dark Duality has brought to us today a art of SCP-610, otherwise known as the Flesh That Hates. And there it is, looking pretty gooey. And I would even believe that at least that eye looks like it's pretty grumpy, as in it might be angry because it hates you. I do believe that this does look like some hater energy coming off of this flesh. So good work, Dark Duality. Moving on. Intern Musical Sand. How dare you force me to relive this trauma? Dr. Gerald's driving lesson at Site 42, otherwise known as the time Dr. Gerald threw a car at my head. This is a man regretting his career choices. This is a man thinking about how he got here and why things ended up the way they are. Rude, I say. Rude. But I do like the sunset colors. I thought that was a very nice color scheme for my horrible memories. Intern Belgian. This is the last fan art you are sending, Sherman and Sherman, but you have added desk in. And this is M3A3 Bradley, sending in more tank fan art. This time of Commander Dr. Sherman and Loader Desk. And yes, Yes, we will stop the GOC from destroying those anomalies by any way necessary. Moving on. Okay. Lils, otherwise known as Dr. Vincent. Dr. Vincent has brought to us trigger warning, Dr. Sherman slaying. Vampires? Demons. Oh. Dr. Sherman as a furry. That kind of slaying, I see. Also, this is a very nice drawing. I like the colors that you've gone with. This is good work you've done here. All right. Good work, Dr. Vincent. Moving on. So, Building Block has sent us many photos. Many photos from Building Block. I will show a couple of them because it's a lot of angles of the same thing, which is Building Block has modeled for us SCP-5514, the Dragon Slayer. The kaiju fighting Jaeger in collaboration between the Global Occult Coalition, the SCP Foundation, and the Council of High Brazil. Also, for some reason, there's SCP staff in a rock band here in the middle. I don't know how that got in here. I'm not sure what the purpose of this is. Building Block, you'll have to tell me why this is here. But then we've got, come on, you GIF, work in a jiffy. Do it. Do it. Don't disappoint me right now. Come on. It's not loading. But there's a nice little rotating render of the Dragon Slayer right there that I was trying to get to, but the technology has failed us. Did he say GIF? Cyrus, the only reason I said it that terrible, terrible way was because it would be a pun with doing it in a jiffy. Otherwise, I would never say it that way. It is not a graphical image interface. It is not graphical, so it's graphical. It's GIF, please. I know I got fumbled on that whole Oopsilon business, but I'm not losing this one. I say it like Geif or Geif. Gime? What's a gime? Oh, a gime. Next up on our list, we have intern Kuriken, otherwise known as Star the Comet. And they have brought us, number one, the finished Dr. Sherman plushie with lab coat accessory. And oh man, the lab coat just makes it even more regal. Look at that Markiplier smirk, giving you the smolder over here. Oh, hello. Do you want to secure, contain, protect with me? Oh yeah. In a completely platonic sense, don't get any ideas. And then what's this one over here? What the? Claimant, Dr. Theron Sherman. Defendant, SCP-729-J. Judge Phoenix Wright. I have an objection! Although I do look frankly stunning in a veil. I mean, that's just fashion. We're not going to argue with that. Fuck you and your little bow tie. I look great. Get out of my life. Absolute motherfucker. Terrible. Everyone hated that. You all hated that. I see you in the chat. Just rampantly hating. I believe it. Hazard is our next artist. Hazard is our next artist and sent us their first non-welding art. It is a drawing. And look at this. We got this nice little Dr. Sherman here, admiring some anomalies that are not terrible. These are great anomalies, cuddling in the ground here. No one's mad about that. I don't know what that is. I don't know what that is, that little orange thing. That's confusing me. What is that? Zoom. Enhance. Zoom. Enhance. Are there fucking rabbit ears on that? Ugh. All of you are without sin. Guilty as motherfuckers. And the reckoning will come for you all. Did I say all of you are without sin? I thought I said all of you are with sin. None of you are without sin. The one that means that you all are going to suffer. That's the one. And for our last fan artist of the day, we have Dr. Val. Dr. Val has sent us, oh dear God, more Shermaids. Or no, Shmerman the Mer... stop it. Stop it. So this is definitely a different interpretation of the Shmerman situation. The colors are fabulous. Holy cow. Val, that's crazy. Then moving on, we have Dr. Sherman the Furry. It's some kind of rabbit. At least it's not that one. I think Dr. Val said these are both Dr. Sherman furries in one way or another. Is that what you said? 2 furry Dr. Shermans? And you said there's a small Easter egg. What are we looking for here, Val? I don't understand what is hidden in the mix here. You son of a bitch! Why? Why? Is it always why? Fuck! That... And to all of you, a good double deuce. So here at the finish, thank you all for submitting for Fan Art Friday. Even if what you submitted was absolute travesty that should be seen, nay drawn, by no man. All right, let me come back to the chat and refresh. I've got about 12 minutes to get through the rest of stream's questions. Refreshing, starting with the Ko-Fi notifications so I don't forget them. All right. Dr. Darkstar, thank you for your first donation to today's stream. Thank you for being a member, and thank you for making the effort to go through the Ko-Fi, which has severely less fees than YouTube. YouTube takes something like 30% of each dono. Ko-Fi only takes 3%, so we appreciate the vast difference. We appreciate the effort. Dr. Darkstar, grab yourself some horchata upon your way past the commissary. And so what about what we discussed a few days ago? I am estimated to live for up to 10,000 side effects of Darkstalker's Immortality Curse enchantment. Yeah, the dark part of my name comes from him. Star comes from a kind friend of mine named Starlight, a kind librarian, Nightwing. Oh, up to 10,000, not 10,000 side effects. There's a comma there. Well, that's rough, buddy. You're going to have a whole lot of, the whole watching everyone I love die situation there. I hope you've got a very good therapist. Meanwhile, Dark Duality, thank you for sending 2 Ko-Fis through the Ko-Fi, as well as being a member. Grab yourself a plate of chicken wings on your way past the commissary. The O5 made a list of people to volunteer to do some holy paper munching and someone to come up with a cover story if the fair staff gets suspicious over the new people that are going to be running in and out of that place. Okay, so you're handling the recon. First gets, second trying to find a way to make Bibles as small as possible. Not a bad plan. Possible maybe in 1 or 2 bite size. Man, wouldn't it be nice? Also, something happened with the Marshall Carter and Dark Captive. Wasn't directly me. Isn't named Dark Duality without reason. Some kind of Jekyll Hyde, but she is outside of. Interesting. Separately manifesting split personalities is a bit of a hassle, wouldn't you say? Also, I hope you're all happy, especially you, Desk, for me having to call home to family and explain what I was doing 2 days ago on my very important stream that I do for work. Yes. Wait, what do you mean you ate an entire Bible on stream the day before Thanksgiving? So, Intern Mulverhill, Glitching Time, and Fazbear, welcome to Site 42 staff. Thank you for subscribing. Commissar Pfeiffer, thank you for your 5-month member message as a level 1 researcher. We appreciate your membership and your service. Big Boss, you got me playing MGS Peace Walker. How did I do that? I did not assign to you that game for entertainment purposes. How did this happen? Intern Rat, no, the Bible was not a tasty. It was a textural nightmare. The leather is tough and chewy. The rice paper is thin and crinkly, and then it turns slimy in your mouth like wood pulp. And the binding was the consistency of brown sugar. And those last bites that I was taking with the chewy, the crinkly, and the powder in between was some of the worst things I've ever seen. Terrible. You watch the end of the stream from 2 days ago, and you watch how I'm suffering. That is not acting. That is suffering for the bit. Scarlett, thank you for your first donation to today's stream. Make sure to get yourself a Snickers bar on your way past the commissary. Hello, I have M&Ms. Who wants any? I love M&Ms. I know I'm ill and I shouldn't be eating chocolate. I know I'm deliberately ignoring it. Well, stay resting, and you can have a little M&Ms as a treat, but eat healthier so that you get better. Gamer, thank you for your first donation to today's stream as well as being a member. Make sure to grab yourself a pack of lemon heads on your way past the commissary. Congratulations on the wedding with 7-2. SJ. Fuck you. That I keep hearing about. I can't believe you finally put your differences. I did no such thing. This is an inside joke for you bastards that never happened. Panzer, thank you for your first donation to today's stream. Grab yourself a ribeye on your way past the commissary. Have any interesting conversations with any guards recently, Doc? Or are they not that interesting? Also, is it possible to be promoted from a D class to a guard? To get promoted out of D class, you have to do something pretty fantastic in the line of duty saving lives. It is not very common for D class to be promoted, but hey, do something heroic and maybe. Give me 1 second, those of you asking for the fan art email. I just need to find a post that has it. Over here. Okay, this link that I am now posting in the chat, this link leads to the rules of posting for Fan Art Friday. And if you follow the rules, you can then submit art. But if you don't read the rules, you can't follow the rules, and therefore your art is not allowed. So here is the Fan Art Friday post here. Get it in the chat, read the rules, follow the rules, and then submit your art. Star the Comet, thank you for your first donation to today's stream, first 2 donations to today's stream, as well as being a member. Make sure to grab yourself a Cinnabon on your way past the commissary. Before I answer your messages, Kenny, Cyborg, and Eric the Nevadan, welcome to Site 42 staff. Thank you for subscribing. Nuh-uh, I don't know what you were nuh-uhing, so I can't respond to that. Hey, Doc, it looks like I have a new nickname because of you, and I'll use it on Zawiki when I finally get an account and turn 18. I ate the Sherm Shart. Art Shart. So, new nickname. Is this the intern Korakin that we are expecting? How was Jesus Land? Intern Hope, watch yesterday's stream. You'll see it. It's not too long. The VOD's on the channel. Dark Duality, thank you for donating again. You're going to be haunted by that thing forever. I certainly hope not. Researcher Last, thank you for your first donation to today's stream, as well as being a member. Make sure to grab yourself, I guess, some sodas at the commissary, because yours were stolen. Well, the commissary has plenty. Fill up, man. Where is Desk? Receiving a commendation from the overseers for my discovery. I'm the one who found the new group of interest, the Sons of the Swallowed, in Vorjesus' stomach. So why is Desk getting the credit? Oh, Desk made you eat the Bible, therefore Desk gets credit with the discovery. Screw that! Voidy Arts, thank you for your first donation to today's stream. Make sure to grab yourself a croissant on your way past the commissary. And in case you're unfamiliar with Voidy Arts, they're working on an SCP animated series. And they're also collabing with Site 42. You should check out the video from, I think it was earlier this week. We have a Site 42 animated of the floating hand spider. So you can check that out and then subscribe to Voidy Arts and help them get the crew to make their own thing. Notorious Gaming, thank you for donating again. Oh, and Voidy Arts. What's going on with the movie? Well, I had a call with them. They're making some plans, but I don't want to reveal their plans. I'm going to let them reveal their own plans. Just, we had a good call this week. Evening, Doc. I was just wondering if 729... Oh, Desk J. Oh, fuck. Was excited to see your safe return. No. Also, has anyone seen Dr. Gerald? Have seen him since giving him his driver's lesson. You are doing things that are going to get you court-martialed so fast. First of all, you're annoying me. Second of all, anything relating to Gerald and driving is a felony in Foundation law. Goldtooth Lair, thank you for your first donation to today's stream. Make sure to get yourself a turkey leg on your way past the commissary. The anomalous kobold has returned again, and I wonder what tasty treats he has for me this time. But be warned, give me something. Most foul would have me put spiders underneath your bed. Do you know how fast I will learn to cast Fireball and burn you alive if you put spiders anywhere near me, let alone in mine bed? I will learn some fucking magic to harm you, if that's what it takes. My revenge will be swift and violent. And unfortunately, Site 42 staff, that is the end of our very short stream today. The fan art was great. I need to get to work. And so, Site 42 staff, as I do at the end of every stream, I tell you guys my favorite SCPs. But of course, I can't tell you that my favorite SCPs are the SCPs I personally wrote. That would be cheating. But if you want to read the SCPs I wrote, you can go to the Sherm's author page in Site 42 Hub on the SCP Wiki. It is located within the beacons.ai at Site 42, our support link that is pinned in the chat as well as in the description. So if you go to our support link, you can get there to, well, all of our social media platforms if you want to follow us elsewhere. And you can also get to my author page. And once you are on my author page, you'll see the SCPs I personally wrote, as well as contributed voice lines or sound effects too. And then along the links, both in the author page and on the support link, you'll find a bunch of other links too. Links that people are very often interested in finding, but they just don't search for them enough. They're not brave enough, smart enough, clever enough, intrepid enough, determined enough to find the links. But, of course, that's not you. Mobile Task Force Sci 42 would never be so weak-willed and unclever. And so while you're at those links, you can become a Site 42 Patreon patron or YouTube channel member to support us monthly, or do Ko-Fi donations or super chats to donate to us once at a time. Either way, direct donations are the quickest way to help keep Site 42 afloat, so we appreciate you greatly for doing that. And if you are part of the Broke Gang, well, that's okay. We understand starving artists here at an arts community. So as long as you are doing the YouTube business of liking, sharing, and subscribing to our videos, our streams, etc., as well as the channels we support in the SCP community, then you are an honored member of Mobile Task Force Sci 42 Signal Booster. And because of your help, we are able to help artists get more support so that the SCP Wiki authors and their artists and their animators and game devs and filmmakers and merch makers all are able to make bigger and better projects because we're all boosting the signal. So thank you everyone for your service in this cause. We salute you. Now, a couple of quick last-minute donations before I do my favorite SCPs. Dark Duality, thank you for donating through the Ko-Fi again. On the other hand, it is their own damn fault we are like this. Put a person through enough supernatural mind effery and shiz happens. That is fair. We're all a little in trouble around these parts mentally due to that. Artsy Icon, thank you for subscribing to Site 42. Welcome to staff. Star the Comet, thank you for donating again. Come on, some people just can't just drive. A Gerald fan. Gerald is not allowed to drive or be near anything with wheels, hands down. And if I see it, you will suffer. And Jonathan Peters, thank you for your first donation to today's stream, as well as being a member. Get yourself some tuna salad on your way past the commissary. Dr. Sherman, we need to inquire help from Captain Tiberius Shermaine, as the Sarkics have just made a shark with the flesh that hates. Fuck. Hey, okay, the Sharkics are a big trouble, but we can handle that. We don't have to call him. That would be a real pain in the ass to have to collaborate with that guy. We'll see what we can do on our own first. But now, my favorite SCPs in no particular order are SCP-3999, SCP-3043, SCP-008-J, SCP-Spooky-J, SCP-5031, SCP-5175, SCP-5320, And SCP-8980. Content warning on that last one, it is a bit of a rough read. Speed round. 3999-304-3008-J Spooky-J 5031517553208980. Content warning on the last one, it is a bit of a rough read. So, Site 42 staff. I have been Dr. Theron Sherman, and this has been another Fan Art Friday, a subsidiary of the anomalous broadcast from Site 42. I hope you had fun. I hope you learned something. Be safe, be well, and as always, secure, contain, protect. I'll see you in the next video or stream. America. You are barking up the demotion tree. Thank you for donating and for being a member. Watch yourself. And I'd give up forever to touch you, 'cause I know that you feel me somehow. You're the closest to heaven that I'll ever be, and I don't wanna go home right now. And all I can taste is this moment, and all I can breathe is your life. And sooner or later it's over. I just don't wanna miss you tonight. And I don't want the world to see me, 'cause I don't think that they'd understand. When everything's made to be broken, I just want you to know who I am. The credit song is Iris by the Goo Goo Dolls. Is that Desk right now at the end? Hi, Desk. Good to see ya. I hope you enjoy the VOD. Be safe, be well, Site 42 staff. Secure, contain, protect.